men not organizing. Hey, Billy Bulbous Bullocks. I was listening to one of your many podcast clips on YouTube, and one thing you said really stuck with me. You mentioned how women are better than men when it comes to getting things done in their benefit because they're able to organize themselves into groups in order to champion for a cause. Yeah, they are good at that. They're good at threatening men, you know, on a one-on-one level in a relationship. All the way up. Although, you know, they're losing big time, you know. Anyway, he said, I think it was your explanation of why feminists, on top of having so much influence, don't seem to have a male counterpart. I don't even know what that means. And he goes, I have to disagree there. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait. It comes the thing, organized because they're better able to organize themselves into groups in order to champion for a cause. I think it was your explanation as to why feminists, on top of having so much influence, don't seem to have a male counterpart. What does that mean, they don't have a male counterpart? First of all, dude, you're listening to a podcast. This is me just trying to fill up an hour, so God knows. I don't even remember half the shit I say. I have to disagree with there. Oh, you know what? I agree with you. You're right. I shouldn't have said that shit. This is the new me. It just ends these type of conversations. Yeah, you're right, man. Why did I say that? From my experience, the biggest problem is that men who do get together to stand up for their rights are either ignored or immediately labeled as hateful misogynists. I highly recommend you check out a documentary about the men's right movement titled The Red Pill. Interestingly enough, it was created by a lady documentarian by the name of Casey J., who prior to the production of the documentary was a feminist. In fact, the documentary was originally made in an attempt to show how evil men's right activists were. Okay. I don't know much about men's rights activists. I remember a few of them tried to, attach themselves to my podcast, and I was reading what they were writing, and it just sounded like a bunch of guys that weren't getting laid. I'm all for divorce guys, though. Going to divorce court. What happens in divorce court to most of the time men, but straight across the board to who is ever making more money? Because now you're seeing that with women, now that they're getting opportunities and they're fucking crushing it and they're making a lot of money, and all of a sudden they get divorced and, the guy starts asking for ridiculous alimony. I mean, it's a fucking travesty, whoever it happens to. I just don't understand why there's two people involved. Like, both of you, your relationship failed. So there should be 50-50 responsibility. And how one person who, makes less money gets to basically live the same lifestyle and just have the person they don't no longer love removed from the situation. I mean, that's ridiculous to do that to a man or a woman. Anyway, what's sad is that her abandonment of this is going back to the documentarian who wanted to do a thing to show men's rights people looking like assholes. And then she became one, I guess. I guess feminists would say she has Stockholm Syndrome. What's sad is that her abandonment of the feminist label arose when she found herself attacked and slandered by those who she once considered friends in the feminist community, simply because she was giving a voice to a different perspective. Yeah, there's a lot of that in everywhere, from sports fans to activists, and especially on the internet. People like to hear people say what they think. It makes them feel better. It makes them feel right. Makes them feel smart. I don't know what it is. Anyway, also, I won't lie. Maybe I'm just a crier, but some of the interviews shown in the video made me shed some big ones. In any case, thanks for reading my message. Love your humor, your podcast, and your acting. Thank you. Best wishes to your family. Peace, love, and go fuck yourself. I got to be honest with you. I have enough issues with women. I don't need to watch that. I don't because I overcorrect the other way, so I need to fucking be a little more empathetic. Having said that, I don't let myself get walked all over. I'll take the fight. I'll sleep on the couch. I don't give a shit. Boyfriend interrupts sex time to close curtains. Hey, Billy Blue Balls. Hey, Billy Blue Balls. What do we got here? Longtime lady listener here. I've been with my lovely boyfriend for 2 years, and despite being very much in love, I'm starting to get irritated by our sex lives. Every time he initiates, and I put that in quotes because how he initiates is sending me a message while he's in the other room while jerking off. Oh, brother. Expecting me to go to him and skip over all the foreplay. Oh, yeah, he's trying to postmate pussy. This guy is trying to skip all the coming attractions, get right to the car chase. And since I'm kind of easy and I like to have a good time, I think I trained him not to try. All right, well, look at you, taking a responsibility for a little bit of it. That's great. It shows that you're a fully formed adult on some level. So what I would do is, I think you need to sit down and have a talk with him. That's what I'm... Another thing he does is if we do start off and get in the mood, is get up in the middle of undressing, close all the windows and curtains, not an inch of exposure is tolerated, and returned like you would after pausing a game. The problem is he forgets it's an online game, and by the time he's done closing all the windows and curtains, I'm no longer in the mood. Well, how many fucking windows do you have? Also, with all these fucking perverts and cameras, they got drones. He's probably doing you a favor. I've addressed this before, but to no available. He's paranoid someone is watching / recording us while we're fucking. That's a good thing to do, though. Be a little paranoid. I'm sure there are creeps out there, but I feel he's blowing it out of proportion. No pun intended. It's becoming a boring routine where I'm sitting there half naked watching him slowly close the curtains all over the place. That's like when you go to a diner and they bring you your eggs and they like, the toast is coming. It's like, eggs over easy. I need toast with this for the yolk. And then you're just sitting there while the eggs are getting cold. Her eggs are getting cold, buddy. Anyway, how do I convince him that nobody gives a fuck about our sex lives? I used to walk around naked in my apartment, not giving a fuck, but he's very wary of even a few seconds of exposure. Thanks, and fuck you. P.S. Are you doing a Europe tour anytime soon? All right. Okay, so you're more of an exhibitionist. You walk around naked in your apartment without the fucking, curtains closed. I guarantee you some guy figured out a way to look at you and jerk off because that's how guys are. It just is. It is what it is. Okay? It's like snow in the winter. If you're fucking a woman and you're walking around in your apartment naked, eventually one day you're going to look and there's going to be a guy's head looking in the window. It's going to happen. All right? We do not live in a perfect world. Act accordingly. So I don't know what I would. Yeah, this is easy. You just need to talk to him. Just say, listen, how about you go downtown a little bit instead of fucking, going right to cruising altitude. This guy goes right to the end of the fireworks. The 1812 overture. That's an easy conversation. The blinds. I don't know. Well, let me ask you this: Are you someone that gets off on the fact that maybe somebody is kind of watching? You're walking around naked, and back in my day, old single Bill, I met a number of women. They liked being a little bit of a exhibitionist. I have no idea. And if he's going the other way, maybe that's turning you off. Beyond it getting you out of the mood, is it also turning you off a little bit? This is what he should do. If that's what I would do, if I was paranoid like him and you liked walking around naked in the apartment, what I would do is I'd bang you at night, okay? I'd stick your head out the window and I'd pull the curtain down right above, where the tramp stamp is, and I'd be banging you from behind. You could have your head out the window and we're both happy. See, a relationship is all about compromise, everybody. That's it. You get a little fresh air. You feel like you went for a walk. So anyway, that is the, sorry about that, everybody. That is the podcast. I'm watching this here. Tom Terrific is going down the field. There's 3 minutes left in the game. Is he going to cover my bet? First down, Tom Brady. This is why gambling sucks, is because I need him to score a fucking touchdown.